Secure attachment is relating without manipulation. And manipulation shows up in so many different ways within dating and any intimate connection, especially when we're hoping for somebody else to be able to meet our needs or read our mind or initiate the conversation. And so we dim ourselves in response. And secure attachment means that we are also willing to put our hearts on the line. Secure attachment means I'm willing to tell you what I desire, how I genuinely feel, aside from how you might respond. You might bring up anxiety in me. You might make me want to run. And will I show up authentically anyway? So often, especially in initial phases of connection or in long-term marriages and partnerships, we start to manipulate the energy in order to try to get our needs met or to replicate a loop of what our inner child never got, or in hopes to find what our inner child always craved. And so if I was never seen as a child, I felt neglected, I might show up in relationship playing this role of like, I'm going to see if you're going to attune to me. So I'm going to come a little closer, step a little bit back, but never fully let myself be seen by you because I'm always gauging for safety. But in manipulating the connection by trying to pull back to make the other person feel the distance between our connection, I'm manipulating. When I am telling them that I want depth with them, but I'm not showing up as my full depth, my full authenticity, I'm manipulating them. And so it's really important to get clear on how am I manipulating my own desire. How am I playing a role in my own relationship patterns by continuing the loop of something that I've always felt is a record on repeat in my life and my relationship? So we got to get an understanding of how this thread flows between our inner child, our nervous system expressions, how our nervous system responds to our inner child's patterning, to the unmet need of our inner child. How does the nervous system respond? Do I close? Does my chest tighten? Do I want to run? Do I want to cling? And then I understand, okay, this is leading to patterns within my relationships. As I said, avoid and cling. You might see, okay, I'm showing up with an anxious attachment where I'm fearing abandonment. I'm showing up with an avoidant pattern where I'm fearing the deep intimacy, or I'm showing up with a disorganized pattern where I'm fearing rejection. And so as we start to find this thread that weaves between our inner child, our nervous system, and our attachment patterns, we start to get to the root of our desire for closeness, because healing happens in relationship. And so we have to take responsibility for what we really desire and what are our unmet needs in order to give somebody the actual adequate space to meet us and give us what we've always desired, without manipulating and playing games, without holding ourselves back from what we actually dream and desire to have, because we play an integral part. We can't blame and be the victim to other people's patterning that they show us in relationship. Even if you feel like everything has shown me that relationship isn't safe and that no one can hold me, how are you not holding yourself by protecting yourself or overprotecting yourself? There's a fine line between being discerning of who has genuine capacity to hold you, and how could you show up owning your worthiness to be held. So happy relating, happy getting to your inner child wounds, to see them, to hold them, to nourish them, understanding how your nervous system is playing this role, fight, flight, freeze, fawn, to protect and be in survival mode. But at a certain level, we have to get out of survival mode so that we can thrive within relationships, so that we can find that security in, I deserve to feel how I feel, you deserve to feel how you feel, and how can we come together to hold the anxious parts, to hold the avoidant parts, to hold the disorganized parts. And that is where secure attachment can really be born.